special advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, has come out swinging against critics of the Buhari administration. His statement comes on the heels of his appearance on a radio interview, following which he was accused of being rude. A clip of the interview had circulated online showing him dismissing the concerns of one of the callers who wanted the president to address the nation more often. His dismissive response drew a backlash. Responding, Adesina said his response was deliberate. He said he was adopting a strategy of giving blow for blow to the administration's critics. His full statement, released Thursday on his official Facebook, reads, saying, "If you can't take blows, brother, don't throw blows." Let me start by giving due credit to this headline, which is not original to me. I lifted it from the 1993 song by reggae star Peter Tosh in the album titled Mama Africa. The song is Glass House, and it goes thus: if you live in a glass house, don't throw stones, and if you can't take blows, brother, don't throw blows. I've recently found out that it is the opposite that some Nigerians want. They want to use foul language, arraign their president, argue, abuse, and then nobody must respond to defend the president. They want to dish out blows and they don't want to take any. But it doesn't work that way. If you can't take blows, brothers, don't throw blows. That is the way life goes. For about 5 years, some people have made it a pastime to talk about President Muhammadu Buhari anyhow. They attempt to lead him by the nose, order him around, and call him names. The man just ignores them and continues to work calmly for the country, and is making the difference in different spheres of national life steadily. Last week, I chose to give out some light blows, very light ones. That was when I realized that those who had been dealing out the blows for years have nothing but glass jaws. They collapsed and saw stars. I had got a request to appear on the breakfast show of Niger Info FM. There were initial scheduling difficulties, but eventually we found a mutually acceptable time. It was like the station was the bastion for some angry Nigerians, the type that saw nothing good in government and who took delight in negative criticism. No problem, we have learned to deal with all sorts. I responded to questions from the show presenter, the relevant and the not so relevant ones, and then the phone lines were thrown open. One man first charged that the interview session was a waste of time and I had parried all the questions thrown at me. Oh no, what did he want? Dabble into issues that do not involve a presidential spokesman and then makes a mess of eating an egg. I simply referred the interviewer to those who could answer his questions in government. As spokesman to the president, you were not jack of all trade, otherwise you would end up being master of none. Whatever was outside your purview, just refer to the right quarters. Another man came online. When would the president take us? He charged. At least we voted him into office, so he has a moral duty to talk to us. He said he was a school principal and he talks to his students every morning at the assembly hall. Wrong premise, wrong conclusion. You can't parry a president leading 200 million diverse people with a principal superintending over less than 500 or 1,000 students who were even half paying attention or jingling and poking fun at the shoes or shirt or tummy of the man talking to them. Now, this narrative or he must talk to us is a common one in the country. I'd responded to it more times than I could remember, but what made it a bit irksome last week was the fact that the president had just made 3 major national broadcasts over the previous 4 weeks. And here was a man commanding him to come and talk to us once again. I threw my own jab. Why was the man sounding like a broken record, repeating itself endlessly. Before the series of national broadcasts started, you said Buhari was not talking on the COVID-19 pandemic when he had set up a team of experts and professionals who were handling the emergency adequately and briefing Nigerians daily. Then he makes 3 broadcasts and you still say he's not talking. He must do a media chat. You want a talkative president. Soon, you will say again that he talks too much. I explained that it was not the president's style to cheer up like a cocktail. He is a man of few words who preferred action to words. I even pleaded that we should understand the nature of the man we have elected to lead us and let him do the work. You know what? It was former President Olusegun Obasanjo that had come under the "you must talk to us" barrage like this, like that, and on live television. He would have first cleared his throat noisily, adjusted himself in his seat, and then bellowed, "And who are you that I must talk to?" I say, "Who the hell are you? Who is your father? Who is your father's father that you are commanding me to talk to you? Were you born when we fought a civil war to keep this country together? Where was your father when I received the instrument of surrender from the Biafra forces? Don't come here and tell me nonsense. Talk to us, my foot." But President Buhari would not upbraid anyone like that. He rather keeps his space and peace. And some people have now taken liberty for license. Till they begin to sound like broken records. Yes, no apologies. That is how they sound. The fact that you have voted a man into office is not a carte blanche for you to lead the man around by the nose. A leader worth his salt would not even submit himself to such cavalier treatment. Definitely not President Buhari. I made that point clear on the program. Another caller came. "Why are you talking to us like use the toilet paper? You are too arrogant." "Oh, really? Well, if you see yourself like you use toilet paper, then I can't help you. If you don't say you are, nobody will say thou art. Goes a popular saying, if you see yourself like a grasshopper beside the giants in Canaan, just like 10 of the 12 sons of Israel sent to spy the promised land, then you can't be helped. You will end up like grasshoppers, like used tissue paper." Then came another angry man. "Things are not going well in this country. We are even tired of this government." "We? Does a single man use that collective pronoun for himself?" The man could only talk for himself, but why was he talking for other people without a power of attorney? I calmly told him, another election is due in 2023. Who says you can't be president? You should simply run for office. The good book says, "By the measure with which you met to others, so shall it be meted back to you." The callers chose to be pugnacious, unruly, and I didn't go back home to fetch replies for them. That was what they asked for. Part of the duties of being a presidential spokesman is that you must defend your principal, particularly if you had calmly explained for years and some people chose not to listen. If they throw blows, then they must be ready to also receive once in a while. Some people revel in trying to bring down those in government. The moment you chose to serve your country, they try to position you as enemy of the public. They try to dress you in borrowed robes. "Oh, he's a liar. He's in government to feather his own nest. He has become pompous and arrogant. He talks to us anyhow. He will end badly. Didn't the ones before him end in oblivion? Hateful people, envious souls, in vain do you wish some people reversals in life? And let me tell you, my destiny does not rest in the hand of any man. Yes, not you, even evil wishers. You missed it this time. My case is different because God has got my back. He brought me into government at a time I didn't aspire for it, didn't even want it. Is the master of my fate. The master mariner will land me on Acheon shores. However, storming the voyage could be, and the president Buhari will succeed. So guys, this man said a lot of things. Of course, I won't even blame him now. This is their last tenure, so anything can go. Whatever you know how to do, just do it best. Just do whatever you are doing. If you know how to do good, continue doing good. If you know how to do the opposite, continue doing what you think is best. But one thing that is pertinent and that is so sure is posterity will judge everybody. If they think that this is the way Nigeria ought to be, the question is that if Nigeria were to be their personal property, which people have been asking, or personal company, would they have wished that Nigeria will be run in this manner? That's just the way it is. It can choose to be to be bad mouthing people. It's allowed, since that they want people to be beaten, but they don't want you to cry. No, the people should not complain. They will be giving you series of things that are not realistic. People are always complaining. People have been complaining before now, and you guys came. The same complaint has been there. You just expect people just to fold their hands. Things will be okay. Things will be okay. At the end of the day, you will go out and do whatever you want to do. He was talking that people are always that the president does not say what. Didn't we not know? Didn't we hear almost all the things he was saying? Why before he came on?